The year was 1999. The occasion, Mahashivratri celebrations at Prashantinaya. Bhagwan delivered a discourse in the evening, after which the Akhanda Bhajans began. The Sai Kulwant Hall reverberated with vibrant singing the entire night. Swami emerged in the wee hours of the next morning, bringing in a spring of new energy. Bhagwan went amidst the devotees, granting darshan as bhajans continued. The Akhanda Bhajans generally began after Bhagwan's discourse and concluded too with his discourse. That morning, all the eager hearts awaited Bhagwan's benedictory message. His discourse table was brought and the mics were ready. However, everyone noticed something unusual. Swami started showing signs of discomfort on his chest and kept asking for more and more water. With time, the signs of discomfort became increasingly intense. It was indeed agonizing to see the Lord in pain. And then the auspicious moment arrived. Wow! A wave of surreal bliss and ecstasy now ran through the concourse of eager souls. Even before they could fully grasp the enormity of the blessing they had just received, Swami thrilled them with his declaration.
And brings his discourse to a close. The Hiranyagarbha here. This Hiranyagarbha that Bhagavan is showing to us is present in everyone. It is present on the right side of everybody. It's not the one that has originated on this body. It has spread all over. But as Bhagavan wills, it takes a form.
ఇలాంటి యొక్క తత్వాన్ని మీరు వేరుగా భావించకండి.
Don't consider in a different way.
ఇది సర్వులు యందు ఉండేటువంటి దీనిని ఈ ఆవిర్భావమైనటువంటి సమయం లోపల ఎవరు చూచారో వారికి ఇంకా జన్మ లేదు.
Those that have seen this Hiranyagarbha coming, origin of it, will not have birth again.
వచ్చే సమయంలో దీని యొక్క ఆకారం చూడాలి.
You must have seen as it has come, the form.
కనుకనే ఇలాంటి దర్శనమే ఇలాంటి పవిత్రమైనటువంటి యొక్క పావనం గావించే నిమిత్తమే ఇలాంటివి అప్పుడప్పుడు ప్రదర్శించవలసి వస్తుంది.
These things have got to be done now and then to make you know the divinity.
మీరెంతో అదృష్టవంతులు.
You are very lucky souls today.
ఈనాడు సోమవారము.
Today is Monday.
ఈ సోమవారమైనటువంటి సోమశేఖరుని యొక్క స్వరూపమే.
Monday is the very form of Somasekhara.
ఈశ్వరునికి సోమవారం చాలా ముఖ్యము.
Somavara, Monday is so endeared Ishvara.
దేహం కూడాను పుట్టినటువంటిది సోమవారమే.
Bhagavan also was born on Monday, Somavara.
Bhagwan was born on November 23rd, 1926, on a Kartika Somavara, a Monday in the holy month of Kartika, an occasion devoted to the adoration of Lord Shiva. During his childhood, on one Mahashivratri, Satyam, as he was lovingly called then, went to a Shiva temple outside Urvakonda with a few companions. The youngsters were astounded when they saw a beam of effulgence radiating from Satyam and flowing into the idol, and another halo of light emerging from the statue and merging into Satyam. When Satyam was taken to Hampi, known for the ancient temple of Lord Shiva worshipped as Virupaksha, while all the members of the party went inside the temple, Satyam chose to stay outside. After a while, when the priest waved Arati, to their utter amazement, all the members of the group saw Satyam himself in the sanctum sanctorum, smiling and accepting their reverence. Bhagwan's brother, Seshamaraju, wanted to verify whether Satyam had perhaps sneaked into the shrine, escaping everyone's notice. But when he hurriedly stepped out, he found Satyam sitting outside quietly. Undoubtedly, this was one of those profound childhood leelas of Bhagwan which confirmed the faith of many in his divinity. Right from the early years, one of the ways Bhagwan blessed devotees with health, healing and grace was through Vibhuti. Since Vibhuti is specifically associated with Lord Shiva, devotees would reverentially call this sacred ash Kailasha Vibhuti. Fortunate devotees of the bygone era have seen the never-exhausting Vibhuti manifesting and falling from his brow onto his eyelids and cheeks during the Navaratri procession when Bhagwan was taken on a palanquin. And there is hardly any Sai devotee who is not filled with joy, wonder and thrill seeing the scenes of how a ceaseless cascade of Vibhuti would pour down like white Ganga from an upturned pot into which Bhagwan put his divine hand. Twirl after twirl brought down fresh vigorous showers, suffusing the Shirdi Sai statue as well as everyone around with the glory of this Vibhuti spectacle. The Vibhuti is called so because it endows one with prosperity. It is a bhasma which burns away one's sins, a bhashitam which increases one's spiritual splendor, a ksharam which removes danger, and a raksha which protects. It is a constant reminder of the evanescence of the body which ultimately is reduced in cremation to a pot full of ash. At times, Bhagwan had materialized or blessed a container of Vibhuti, giving it to the deserving recipient with the blessing. The Vibhuti in this will never exhaust. General Mehta, seen receiving this unique blessing here, has this Akshaya Vibhuti box to this day. As a toddler, Bhagwan delighted in having a broad Vibhuti mark on his forehead, and in the center of this, he wanted a kumkum dot. Explaining this, Professor Kasturi, Bhagwan's biographer, says, he is Shiva, he is Shakti, Divine Father and Mother. Sai refers to Divine Mother, Shakti, and Baba means Divine Father, Shiva. Sai Baba, therefore, is Shiva Shakti. Revealingly, years later in June 1963, after miraculously curing himself of a paralytic stroke that he had taken upon himself, Bhagwan stunningly declared in public, I am Shiva Shakti, born in the Gotra of Bharadwaja, according to a boon bestowed on that sage by Lord Shiva and Shakti. Shiva himself was born as Sai Baba of Shirdi. Shiva Shakti have incarnated as myself, and Shakti alone will come as Prema Sai. Significantly, on one occasion, Bhagwan materialized this picture and gave it to a great Vedic scholar, Sri Ghandikota Subramanya Shastri, saying, "This is my true form." Lord Shiva is Jata Jutadhari, the one with curly locks of matted hair. This bushy, curly black hair is indeed the beautiful crown of Shiva Sai. and on his forehead, the devotees of yore have also witnessed the opening of the third eye, as he is like Lord Shiva, Trinetradhari, the three-eyed one. In the entire Vedic pantheon of gods, Shiva is the only one who is Alankara Varjita, the one without ornaments. Bhagwan too is simplicity and austerity embodied. While day in and day out he gifted devotees with gold, silver and diamond rings, watches, necklaces, bracelets, precious stones and so on, he himself was Alankara Varjita, without any adornments. Shiva is Gangadhari, the bearer and the bestower of the life-giving waters of river Ganga. Just like Shiva took upon himself the frightening force and velocity of Mother Ganga for the sake of the world, Bhagwan, in his infinite compassion, took up the stupendous task of providing pure, safe drinking water to over 10 million people so that the distressed have access to the elixir of life with ease. Bhagwan says that the most perfect mathematical symbol to represent the divine is a sphere. But when this supreme principle decides to become many, creation happens. And that is when the sphere divides itself into two and becomes an ellipsoid. This ellipsoid is indeed the lingam. It is the principle of Shiva Shakti in one, the primary polarity principle of the positive and the negative. The lingam is in fact defined liyate gamyate iti lingaha, which means that out of which all things emerge and into which all things merge. To demonstrate this profound truth in the current age, Bhagwan manifested lingams from within his being as the Lingeshwara. Way back in 1945, when the spot for the first mandir was selected and the place was being dug for laying consecrated stones for the foundation, to everyone's surprise, a large number of stone bases which are used as stands for lingams were discovered. But strangely, no lingams could be found even after a vigorous search. Finally, when the devotees asked Bhagwan about it, Swami just pointed a finger to his stomach and cryptically said, "The lingams are all here." Well, the words and ways of the divine are always beyond the ken of human understanding. Nevertheless, right from the 40s, devotees have been blessed with witnessing the manifestations of lingams from Bhagwan on every Shivaratri. In 1947, Bhagwan manifested an Atma Lingam and a golden lingam in 1950. A lingam manifested from the sands of Chitravati in 1958 is what is worshipped in the Prashantanilayam Mandir today. In 1960, at 9:32 p.m., not 1, 2 or 3, but 9 lingams emerged from the divine mouth. 2 golden lingams in 1962, 2 lingams, 1 golden and 1 crystal in 1963, and in 1965, a shining, smooth, transparent green lingam, which Swami said was a symbol of Brahmanda. In the newly built Shanti Vedika in 1966, an emerald lingam emerged, and 2 lingams, a deep pink oval lingam and a Jyotirlinga, came in 1967. In 1969, a blue lingam emerged from Bhagwan's mouth, after which Swami's body became motionless. After an excruciating wait of 55 minutes, Bhagwan's left hand fingers moved a little, and slowly the hand came down. His eyes now opened, and then he smiled. The devotees' hearts danced with the euphoria of joy. Their Swami was indeed back with them. Swami later revealed, "I had gone on a Manasa Sanchara around the world." Why does Swami produce lingams? Bhagwan himself raised this question in 1971 Shivaratri and then explained.
స్వామి లింగోద్భవం చేయటం దీనికి ఏమి అర్థము? చాలా మంది ఊరికే దర్శిస్తున్నారే కానీ దీని యథార్థమును మాత్రం ఎవరు కూడా అర్థం చేసుకోవటం లేదు. భగవంతుని యొక్క స్థితి, భగవంతుని యొక్క శక్తి సామర్థ్యములు అగమ్యములు అగోచరములు అనేటువంటి యొక్క అర్థమును నిరూపణ చేయటం కోసమని లింగములు అనగా అది ఏది ప్రధానము, ఏది మొదలు, ఏది కొన అనేటువంటి దాన్ని నిర్ణయం చేయడానికి సాధ్యం కాదు. నియతే గమ్యతే ఇది లింగ అన్నారు. లింగం అనగా అంటే గమ్యము అని, దానికి ఒక చిహ్నము అని, గుర్తు అని దానికి అర్థం. అంతేకాని లింగం అంటే ఈ రకమైనటువంటి యొక్క రూపంలో ఉన్నటువంటిదే లింగమని కాదు. పరమాత్మని యొక్క ఆకారమును, ఇది ముఖము, ఇది చేతులు, ఇది తల అనేటువంటిది నిర్ణయం చేయడానికి సాధ్యము కానటువంటి యొక్క స్వరూపమే ఆ లింగాకారం. అలాంటి యొక్క సర్వజ్ఞత్వమును, సర్వవ్యాపకత్వమును, సర్వేంద్రియత్వమును కూడా ప్రదర్శించేటువంటి యొక్క స్వరూపమే లింగం.
In 1974, the lingam that dropped into Bhagwan's palms had in it the luminous Trishul, the three-pronged lance indicating the three phases of time. The symbol of cosmos that Swami manifested in 1977 was a self-illumined crystal oval bigger than the egg of a hen. The devotees joyfully filled their eyes to the brim with that auspicious form. But the next day, their hearts sank as Swami announced that henceforth, devotees could celebrate Shivaratris in their homes itself, as too many pilgrims were journeying long distances and facing untold hardships to be in Prashanti for the festival. Thus, the splendid saga of Lingodbhavam during Shivaratris came to a pause after 3 glorious decades. More than 20 years passed just reliving these resurgent moments of the emergence of the primordial symbol. However, in 1999, when Bhagwan revived this event, it was out of the imagination of everyone present, to say the least. Once it happened that year, expectations rose again. Bhagavan blessed the devotees with darshans of the Hiranyagarbha Lingam, year on year, filling their hearts with immeasurable ecstasy. Swami once elaborated Lingodbhavam as to live in God Bhavam, or godly feeling. In 2006, Bhagwan blessed the Atirudra Mahayagna to be conducted in Prashanti Nilayam. This is indeed the highest worship that one can offer to this all-encompassing immanent power of this cosmos. One of the highlights of this yajna was that Swami encouraged everyone to chant the sacred hymn Rudram, irrespective of gender, nationality or religion. Inspired by this, many Atirudra Mahayagnas have been conducted ever since in the Sai way, which is all-inclusive and has only one objective, Loka Kalyana, or the welfare of the whole world. In this landmark year 2025, when we celebrate the centenary birthday of our beloved Bhagwan, the Atirudra Mahayagnam that is being conducted at Prashanti Nilayam has filled the hearts of every devotee with gratitude, and for them, Prashanti Nilayam is indeed Kailash. Devotees from more than 65 countries have connected to Prashanti Nilayam virtually, have chanted the Rudram and become part of this grand yajna. In 1979, significantly, Bhagwan himself installed a sparkling white marble statue of Lord Shiva in the spot of his advent, which is now a Shivalayam. In fact, over the years, in many subtle and obvious ways, Bhagwan has revealed that he is verily Shiva. For instance, when a group of students had put on their costumes for the dress rehearsal of a drama, Swami went backstage and suddenly noticed the boy playing the role of Shiva wearing a wristwatch. Bhagwan then casually told him, "Shiva does not wear a watch," and immediately showing his own wrist, Swami said, "See, I have no watch." In 1980, when Swami visited Kashmir, Mrs. Ratanlal recalls how he walked out to the terrace of the house he was hosted in and pointing at the glorious Himalayas, Bhagwan said, "Look, this is my home." Many decades ago, when the Ashtottara Shatanamavali was offered to Bhagwan for blessings, Swami changed one name from Shankara Amshaya Namaha to Shankaraya Namaha, thus affirming that he is not an aspect of Shankara, but Shankara himself. The origin of the name Om Shri Sai Jodi Adipalli Somapaya Namaha is equally revealing. In 1958, when a family was returning to Bengaluru after Bhagwan's darshan, the child, Geeta Sudha, suddenly became motionless and started turning blue. A strange old man came from nowhere and revived the child. When asked about his identity, he said, "I am Jodi Adipalli Somappa." Simultaneously, Swami revealed to those around him in Prashanti Mandir that it was he who resurrected Geeta Sudha. This Geeta Sudha is none other than the legendary singer, Mrs. Sudha Raghunathan. When asked why he chose that particular name, Bhagwan said, "I am Somappa, Sa Uma Appa," meaning the Divine Father Shiva, along with the Divine Mother Uma. And the place of my residence is Adipalli, the primeval village which is Kailasha. He is Jodi, or the couple Shiva Shakti in one, and hence the unique appellation Jodi Adipalli Somappa. Truly, Sai is Shiva and Shiva is Sai.